Today we're going to be making cheesy scalloped potatoes, which is the ultimate comfort food. Creamy, rich, and loaded with cheese, this dish is perfect for weeknight dinners, family gatherings, or even as a special holiday side dish. To get all of the recipe details, you can visit sweetysalado.com/en. We're going to begin by peeling and slicing and grating the cheese. For this recipe, we're going to need about 4 cups of thinly sliced potatoes, which is about 2.5 pounds. And you can use either russet or Yukon Gold potatoes for this recipe. We're going to cut the potatoes into slices that measure about 1/8 of an inch thick. And the best way to do this is to use a mandolin. You can also use a sharp knife to do this, but just make sure that all of the slices are pretty similar in thickness so that they cook evenly in the oven. We're also going to need 2 cups of grated cheese, and I love using sharp cheddar to make this recipe, but you can use your favorite type of cheese like white cheddar, mild cheddar, or even Gruyere. I also highly recommend that you shred the cheese at home so that you can get the best texture. To make that delicious cheesy sauce, we're going to melt 3 tablespoons of butter in a small saucepan or pot over medium-low heat. Once it's melted, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and we cook it for about 1 to 2 minutes to get rid of that raw flour flavor. And while we continue to stir, we're going to add 1.5 cups of whole milk. And the reason why we stir as we add the milk is to avoid getting any lumps in the sauce. We season the sauce with a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. You can also use fresh garlic, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and salt to taste. We lower the heat to low and simmer for a few minutes. And right before it starts boiling, we're going to add 1 cup of the grated cheese as we continue to stir. Once the cheese is melted and the sauce is smooth and creamy, we're going to remove it from the heat and set it aside. We're going to grease our baking dish with either oil or butter, and this will ensure that the potatoes and the cheese will not stick to it during baking. Then we make a layer with half of the amount of the potatoes, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure that they're even on all sides. Then we pour half of the amount of the cheese sauce on top of the potatoes. We make another layer with the rest of the potatoes. We pour in the rest of the sauce on top of the potatoes. And we make one final layer with the remaining cheese. Then we sprinkle it with a little bit of paprika. This is optional, but it gives it a beautiful pop of color. Then we cover it with aluminum foil and bake it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. Then we remove the foil and bake it for an additional 40 to 45 minutes or until the potatoes are tender and the cheese is melted on top. We're going to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before we cut into it and serve it. And there you have it, creamy, cheesy scalloped potatoes that are perfect for the holidays, family dinners, or anytime you're craving something warm, delicious, and indulgent.